The humans did it again. Buffoons, all of you. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. That's the topic of conversation we're gonna create today. There's not enough going on already that we can't talk about something important. 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Is that even worth making a video about? Yeah, baby, what's up? So look, I've made quite a few videos now with my buddy Mike talking about who would win in a fight, an animal versus a human. We talked about kangaroos, crocodilians, we've talked about gorillas, we've talked about, you name it, pretty much. And we've conceptualized it. We've gone to the zoo and like game planned. Those are great videos. I love those videos. But this video specifically, 100 men versus 1 gorilla, I worry that I don't know enough about gorillas to truly give you an answer. Because my initial thought, right? How would I beat a gorilla in a fight? It's very easy. I can't do that. It's not bad, right? One, what I would do, shoulder roll. Hear me out. Shoulder roll, you're the gorilla. You're charging me. Right? Come at me. I shoulder roll, get underneath, kind of like an Imanari roll, but instead of going for the leg and then some sort of, I don't know, jujitsu, heel hook, ankle lock, knee bar or something or another. Instead of that, I would reach underneath and grab hold of the male reproductive system specifically. And then I would just, like I'm replacing something in a car from underneath. I would just start rotating and rotating. Because I think that if we share enough DNA, that's gotta be close enough that they also feel pain. I think if we're similar enough in a lot of ways that there's no way they don't feel testicular pain, right? Testicular torsion, I don't know how big of a problem it is amongst the gorilla community, but that's just my best bet. That's what I think would work best, because like a flying sidekick I could do to any human. I just think they would kind of tank it too well. But we're gonna watch a video today called Gorilla Wrestling is No Joke. This was 11 months ago, before the whole like gorilla versus 100 people concept came about. See what we're in for.
Of equatorial Africa.
I'll give you guys an answer on who I think would win throughout the video, but I need some more information before we can get going.
He is king.
That's a big head.
Largest primate on Earth. Powerful.
Let's just...
The gorilla is huge. These are big guys. The males can get up to 400 pounds. When they stand up or raise...
I've wrestled guys that are 400 pounds. So the weight thing, you know.
Raise up, they can get about 6 feet tall.
So, 6 feet tall. Dude, are you kidding me? 6 feet tall, 400 pounds? Oh, you mean an average sumo wrestler? Dude, that doesn't scare me.
They have an arm span of 6 to 7 feet. These are
6 to 7 feet. It's a big difference. So typically the human ratio for height to arm to wingspan, which is like so funny because I don't have any wings, is typically your height is the same as your wingspan. For me, I have a long wingspan. Mine is 4 inches longer than my height. So like I'm pretty much dragging the ground when I walk. So for gorillas, it sounds like they have a longer wingspan than they do their height.
They're massive, massive animals. And yet, even with all that power, they are surprisingly peaceful.
Oh, see, okay, we're good. We're chill.
Gorillas live in troops of up to 30 members, led by a mature, dominant male, known as a silverback.
Cool.
He gets the largest share of food.
Well, of course.
Even when resources are low.
Yeah, big man eats.
Almost exclusive mating rights.
Actually, you know what? This is how you know you beat a gorilla in a fight. Women and children eat first. No, they live on a survival system. It's a little bit different there. I'm thinking of like save the children and the women first. I'm just thinking like how much of a man can he be if he doesn't save the children and the women first? But also like if like a leopard or like a Tarzan came at them, I guess it does make sense for the male to be well fed. I take it back.
Female in the troop. Serious perks. But for all the glory, he also carries a hefty responsibility.
Dude, his head's so big.
Is really responsible for the decision making of the group. You know, this is where we're gonna nest, this is where we're going to eat, but he's also responsible for protecting them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's see some scrapping.
He does a really big job looking after his family.
Dude, look at that. Look at that defensive end swim move on the right. Look at him. He doesn't really have to, but he makes sure this arm isn't going to be reaching out. If he did, he would probably swim that arm through and then swim this one over top and gain that leverage to then go through and sack the gorilla quarterback. Just if I had to guess what's happening here. Look, also, I'm not going to lie, I'm not super scared right now because the only footage I've ever seen of gorillas fighting, they're just kind of running into each other or running past each other. That was a good example right there. Look, watch this. Running through people, running, 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 running. No contact made so far. He's a point fighter. Dude.
Every day, this alpha leads. So what pushes an alpha over the edge?
Yeah.
Incoming males.
Just so I know. Not because I'm worried about if in this situation this ever happened that I would. But you know, if I could de-escalate a gorilla, I think I would probably choose to. I'm not saying I'm scared of the gorilla. I'm just saying if push came to shove and I could navigate that in a way that allows me to walk away safe, both of us to walk away, mostly the gorilla. I don't want to hurt the gorilla, so let me just, hey buddy, calm down, okay? I don't want to hurt you. So just so I just want to hear this part.
You know, challenge the alpha for his position. The benefits of being alpha is access to those females. They're the ones having the baby, so he's siring the next generation of gorilla.
Okay, this was perfect. So we never have a problem because I don't think I can mate with the gorillas. I just don't think biologically that's possible. Although he might see me and be like, that dude, the dude looks, let's just keep going. Hey, what's up? Are you enjoying yourself? Good. I'm assuming that if you're watching this, you're a martial arts enthusiast like myself. If you find yourself in the category of punching or kicking based martial arts, I'll have you know that Hayabusa gloves are the best things you can do to up your game. Do you want 20% more punching power? Get the Captain America gloves. 32.5% proven speed boost? Get the all whites. Flash them like it's a flash, not don't. Hayabusa shorts to keep you from flashing them. In my opinion, Hayabusa has the extreme best design for any pair of gloves. They got Marvel, Star Wars, they've got really just legit looking gloves. Anything you like, they probably have. In all seriousness, if you want 10% off Hayabusa gear and you want to help support the channel, I get a kickback. Get yourself some Hayabusa gloves at hayabusafight.com/SenseiSeth or use SenseiSeth10 for 10% off. Hayabusa has supported me from the very beginning, and honestly, if they dropped me today, I would still wear their gloves. It's the best stuff out there in my opinion. Make sure you check them out. Back to the video.
Gorillas learn to fight from a young age.
You're gonna see punches, you're gonna see biting.
I haven't seen any punches. I've head control. They look like they're going for head control. I'm sure their neck is super strong, and I'm sure their grip is really good too. So if they get that pummel, or if they get a clinch, I'm sure that thing is. I'm sure you're going where that arm is taking you. And then a clinch into a bite. I'm not above biting. I will bite, but I don't have the. I got some canines for sure, right? But they don't look quite as pointy and sharp.
Fight from a young age.
You're gonna see punches, you're gonna see biting, you're gonna see wrestling.
Their teeth are powerful weapons.
Yeah, the teeth would be hard.
That is a scary mouth. Look at that.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. Looks really clean though. Looks like a pretty clean mouth, all things considered.
Skull.
For having all them teeth and no toothbrush.
That strong skull.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't even know where you would punch this thing. The size of its neck's insane. I don't think anything punching or kicking wise is gonna be how you defeat this thing. You go for a rear naked choke and you'd be out here like this. Let me try to get my head. Let me get my head behind. And you're like you can like maybe reach his ear. So I don't think a choke is the move. I don't think punching him would help. Is it like a baby? Is this part like soft? Because I would assume it's not. Its ears are very little. Maybe you could go for the ears. You could get like an ear pop going, like a check hook ear pop. Ba-bam! That could work, but it's not looking favorable. Even punching them in the eyes, they're so guarded by their pronounced bone structure. It's like their eyes are kind of covered in this.
Jaw muscles that
like look, its nose, you could maybe punch it in the nose. It's not gonna break. There's nothing, it's not protruding, so that would be difficult. The eyes, maybe because they're sunken in, you could more easily get into them. Like if you miss the structure of the shape, kind of just guides you in. The ears, I don't even, what is that ear shape? Okay, no, he has a regular ear shape. Ears might be the move. Ears might be the move, honestly.
damage to an enemy.
It looks incredibly rough. But it's all play for these youngsters.
We really think that these play fights really serve as an opportunity for young ones to earn their skills.
Dude, they're
gain
just practicing.
expertise, to build up
100%.
It's training for the violence they may encounter as adults. Improving coordination,
Yeah.
developing motor skills,
Dude, they're just getting reps in, man.
testing their own strength. After years of play fighting, this silverback is ready for the real deal.
Let's see it.
He approaches the alpha, who rises to attention and sizes up his competition.
Which one's which?
It's not always ideal for a gorilla or really any animal to get into conflict. It imposes a huge cost. Not only might you get injured, but you might also lose your dominant status. So they really have to weigh when it's appropriate to get into any sort of fight.
I like how gorillas have a much more advanced system for deciding if fights are worth it than humans do. Humans just don't have enough going on. There's not enough hardship or leopards or I don't know. Dudes just get drunk in a bar and are like, yeah, I gotta fight. Honestly, it's because not enough people train martial arts. I think that this little this thing of like all the little ones wrestling with each other and like moving around and kind of testing their skills, their capabilities, and also understanding where they are amongst their peers. I think that doesn't happen enough. And then humans inherently, because we share so much DNA, are just like they just miss out on that, and then something biologically later in their life, there's a desire to fulfill that. I honestly think that's it.
Before launching a physical attack, dominant males play the intimidation game.
I'll be honest, I
What
think it's
they
all
want
they
to
do.
do is show their strength and their prowess.
They pound their chest, cupping their hands to amplify the sound.
That sound, that thump, really communicates. It's what we call an honest signal. In other words, that signal tells you something true
I could
about
do that
that
just on
animal's
my
size and
mouth.
condition.
The bigger the male, the lower the frequency of the thump.
So the rival gorilla might not even be directly in front of them, but just hearing that from a distance is like, oh, maybe I don't want to.
That's a big one. That's pretty cool.
And if chest beating isn't enough to make an opponent scram,
They'll just do
Scram!
a full-on charge towards the opponent. And, in and of itself, that's terrifying. Along with that, you might also see some pounding on the ground.
And some breaking
They'll start
stuff.
grabbing vegetation and throwing it everywhere, just making this huge display, showing, you didn't listen to me the first.
Dude, gorillas are just a bunch of Kyles, man. That's literally all they are. There's those dudes that are like, dude, come on, you wanna fight me, bro? You wanna fight me? Put a hole in my wall, please. Dude, you wanna fight me, dog? You wanna fight me? You wanna fight me after what I just did? I just put a hole in this wall. Dude, you think you still wanna fight me after that? You wanna fight somebody who punches steel for fun? No way. Dude, look at all these holes. You still want to fight me after I put all these holes in my wall? What if I rip down a tree? I'm just making Zach do work right now. Dude, what if I took the trusses out of my roof? Huh? You still want to fight me now, even after I destroyed my home?
Time. So now I'm gonna show you this is really what I'm capable of, and this is my last warning. If you don't listen to this, we're about to get in the fight.
for the dominant male, the stakes are sky high.
Dude, look at this chubby little baby. Look at this baby monkey, so chubby. That's awesome.
High.
Yeah.
Gorillas are one of the many species that we see infanticide in. So if an incoming male wins, he might kill some of the older gorilla's existing offspring. And that can be disastrous because that's the end of his line. That's the end of his line.
Kind of looks like the Grinch. This little baby gorilla kind of looks like the Grinch. Don't you think? Like the baby Grinch?
That's just the ultimate cost.
Today, the alpha won't have to pay that price. His threatening display scares the challenger off.
Dude, these gorillas never be fighting. We asked for a
The
fight.
heavyweight defender strides back to his troop.
What? That was all the gorilla?
Velvet.
Man, what the heck? Here we go. Top 5 gorilla fights on camera. Okay. So once again, big gorilla just kind of runs in and pushes.
Look at
And then
him break
his-
up, man. Look at him.
It looks like he's breaking up a fight. Okay, look. So here's what we got. Gorilla's got what looks like he would have just passed a guard. Looks like he scoops up this right leg with his arm, and then he probably should pass the side control here. He doesn't, though. He chooses not to. Just kind of applies pressure. So he's definitely got that little monkey's right leg. So look, he's got the right leg and the left arm. It doesn't really make sense position-wise. Is clearly using the size in his advantage here. Not really any technique. I mean, this gorilla's having a hard time, though. And then is just kind of holding him down from here, assessing. Gets some punches thrown at him, but he backs up. Oh, now he's charging the big boy. Looks to control the head. Doesn't get anything from it, though. Backing up a lot, rotating. No clear attacks happening here. There was maybe 1 or 2 punches, but how did we skip a fight? Top 5, we went from 5 to 3. You lied.
Crazy. It's one big gorilla versus around 4 to 5 small gorillas.
Well, let's see.
That was a female.
Man, why can't people hold a cell phone? You hold your cell phone all day. That's all you people do, is you keep it in front of your face. I'm not guilty of this. I'm not chronically online. But I know you goobers can hold it still, because you just sit there. Hold it still for the video, please.
All the yelling.
No. What are we doing here? I'm gonna miss the action. He's being surrounded. Doesn't have a lot of situational awareness here. He's got a monkey on either side, and he's just kind of standing in the middle of them. Ideally, he would back up, get some space. He does back up. He gets his back away from all the other monkeys. He's kind of...
He's definitely not the king of the pen, is he?
Oh, no. He's attacking the mother of all of them. What the heck? Okay, so it looks like they kind of go for like a ground and pound, but instead of the pound part, they bite. Oh, he picked his butt and ate it. He didn't even care about that. He just did a little butt pick and eat. Dude, look, here's why I think my theory works. This gorilla does not care at all that he's getting his butt picked. Dude, just go 4 inches further, and instead of going in, right? Rotate, under, grasp, twist, yank. I mean, we're talking easy self-defense tactics here. You got the wrong thing in mind, buddy. Pretty fast animal.
Big boss is in charge.
Man, that monkey's a coward. You can't just pick butt and then hide behind mama. That's not how this works. Oh, and then he pinched him, dude. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Dude, if a gorilla pinches you, I bet that hurts. He gets you with a cow bite. You ever heard of a cow bite? Where you go like this and you pinch on the back of the arm? I didn't think about that. Cow bite could hurt. Honestly, they could probably just like get a grasp of your skin and then take it off. There's a very good chance of that. Let's see how the babies fight. Sometimes this is more technical because they don't have enough strength. I mean, man. This is maybe a little over dramatic by the one. But this baby's kind of spindly. It's like one of those like really light purple belts. Wow. I mean, dude, a Tomonage from the big gorilla. Look at this. He tries to jump mount, but he's strong enough that he gets his knees under and inside and gets a, maybe that's not a Tomonage. I mean, pretty impressive though. Pretty nasty. I mean, look at that. Gets his foot on the inside, wraps up, goes with the momentum. Nasty. Nasty. But, I mean, goodness gracious, they can take a beating and keep going, it looks like. A lot of scrambles going on here. The punching mechanics aren't great. It's a lot of like, poof, like slaps down. Dang, he hit him with a flying DDT off the top ropes. You don't see that super often.
Just like the other monkey there.
Wow.
Alright, break it up.
I don't think Big Boy's doing that. Gets into guard.
This one does this.
It's a big guy. Looks like he's trying to jump on a guillotine. Oh, he goes reverse triangle, but his legs aren't quite long enough. Man, these guys might be better grapplers than I thought. When you kind of like let them play a little bit and they aren't biting each other, they're kind of nasty grapplers.
And only a few feet away from the fight. If I was them, I wouldn't have stood so close because they could have attacked you.
Walking on two legs. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay. This is great footage. Oh, here we go, here we go. Okay, a couple wild punches. Looks like mostly like face grabs. I'd imagine they have fingernails, right? Okay, that's it. Interesting. Yeah, so my assessment. Final conclusion, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. I think 100 men could certainly take 1 gorilla. I think so. I wouldn't want to be one of them, but I think 100 average men, maybe not. Their grappling's pretty crazy. They can transition from positions really well, but the thing is, it's kind of like humans. You see it where at a low level in a very play-based grappling experience, it looks way more technical and there's like crazier stuff happening and people are flying all over the place. But once a real fight kicks off, all of that goes out the window and it's just kind of like boom, 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 and it's like a lot of looks like they're going for a lot of snap downs, like they're trying to get the head and pull it down and then maybe bite on a fool, you know? So humans would definitely get snapped down and bit on. But I think with 100 humans, we start devising a bit of a plan. 100's enough to let like 25 get attacked and you're like, okay, I think I see the opening. And then the next 25 go. And then the dude in the back's like, no, it didn't work either. And then the next 25 go. And by then, the last 25 are like, okay, Charles, shoot for his groin. Everybody else, let's go around the back. Because he's like kind of moving around, but he's not really like... The big guys aren't super mobile looking around behind him. They move decently well. But I think you get 5 going for the banana. You get 5 going for that. And then you get... what would the other ones do? The thing is, I don't know how much pressure you could put onto a monkey to keep it down. One of my thoughts is like 4 or 5 guys all try to get the foot from, so let's assume the monkey's facing this way. I can take my hand, go underneath, through the inside, grab the foot just above the foot, the ankle probably, put my shoulder on the knee and then pin the knee down to the ground. And if there's 4 or 5 of us all doing that on both sides, man, I don't know. I just think the humans could figure something out, you know? I don't know how you would finish the gorilla off, but they seem like they don't want the smoke most of the time. So that's just I said I would give you a definitive answer. I think humans would win. I think they would find a way. Or eventually the gorilla would try to eat 100 people, choke, and then that would be it. That would be it. Like he would just get too full. They don't even eat people, they eat vegetables. So I don't know, it's kind of a silly conversation, guys. Stop making me talk about this random stupid stuff. I don't have fun doing it, okay? Where's this video going? Bye!